Okay, so the next technique is bow on bridge. So you'll see a little square note head, and then on top of it, it will say bow on bridge. So this is what starts out the piece. The piece begins with the open G by the lower strings, and then in measures 5 and 6, the violas come in with bowing on the bridge, and then in measures 7, 8, the second violins come in with bowing on the bridge, and then in 9, 10, the first violins come in bowing on the bridge. So this effect, again, it's exactly like it sounds. You have to put the bow directly on the bridge, and you'll probably medium pressure, and just bow straight across the bridge like this. So as you could probably hear it, it creates a kind of just a white noise sound. And as long as you stay right on the bridge, you won't get any pitch, you'll just get that white noise sound. Now, you'll notice in the score, pretty soon after I ask you to start bowing on the bridge, I have above the note these arrows that might say there'll be an arrow and then it'll be behind bridge, and then there'll be another arrow and it'll be on bridge, and then maybe there's an arrow and it'll go to something that's MSP. So what that all means, those are slight adjustments of where the bow placement occurs, and it'll affect the sound in subtle ways. So our regular position on bridge is exactly as I said, directly on bridge. Now when the arrow says go behind bridge, all that means is you just sort of within the context of a smooth bow, just slip behind the bridge. Okay, and so when you slip behind the bridge, you're going to hear a little, like a high-pitched squeaky sound. So check this out. All right, so did you hear how I went from that white noise to the squeaky and back to the white noise? So that was me being on the bridge to just behind the bridge and then back on the bridge. Now, if it's set, there's an arrow that says MSP, that stands for molto sul ponticello. So sul ponticello, as you probably know, means bowing close to the bridge. So ordinarily you bow kind of right here in the middle, and ponticello is closer. Molto sul ponticello means extremely close, like almost on the bridge. And so what that's going to do is create another kind of noise. So here is me going from on the bridge to molto sul ponticello. Again, these computer speakers, I'm not sure how clearly you're hearing that, but basically what it means is you go from that white noise sound to a little bit more of a pitched, hearing the pitch of the open string sound when you're molto sul ponticello. Okay, so that's on the bridge. There's kind of three different positions for this passage in the music. There's directly on the bridge, there's a motion from being right on the bridge to slipping just a little behind, and then there's a motion from being right on the bridge to slipping just a little bit in front of the bridge to molto sul ponticello. Okay, now I want to say one more thing. This little gesture ends with two notes that are these X note heads. I'm going to just write them, show them to you. You'll see kind of like that's a bad picture, but you'll see kind of an X-shaped note head. What that means is I want you to actually play the string behind the bridge. So this long-held bow on the bridge passage ends with you kind of just playing the open. You play the open G string behind the bridge, and then the open D string behind the bridge. So it's kind of like you're on the bridge, you slip off, and then you end with those two notes. So did you see that? So on, slip off, and then just those two open behind the bridge strings. All right, that is that passage. Okie doke.